Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of the Valder Beebe Show. I am famously known for That Celebrity Interview. Interviews with today's pop icons, movie stars, and celebrities. Tune into our FM radio broadcast and our online broadcast. Visit ValderBeebeShow.com and SoundCloud.com/ValderBeebeShow. I'll see you there.
Well, hello, Ron Hall. Thank you, and welcome to the Valder Beebe Show. I heard we're in the same vicinity. I'm in Dallas, Texas.
You are? Oh, you're my neighbor.
I'm your neighbor. Welcome to Texas if you haven't been here before, and welcome back if you've already been here.
Well, I was born and raised here, so I'm a native Texan.
All right, then. Well, welcome home, definitely. I want everyone to know that my guest today is Ron Hall, and we're talking about his best-selling book that inspired the uplifting, the moving film titled The Same Kind of Different as Me. Ron, tell us about this great accomplishment in your life at this time.
Well, the great accomplishment, I guess, is, everyone, I think, that writes a book, you dream that it will, that people will actually read it. And so our book actually became a #1 New York Times bestseller and then has been made into a film. It opened back in October. We had the highest audience rating of any film in the theaters back then. When the end credits were rolling, we were told that people across America were standing and giving it a standing ovation at the end of the film, which is now available on Blu-ray and DVD, and that's what we're here talking about today. But this is one of the most inspiring stories that's ever been told, and I just happen to have lived this story and felt compelled to share it with the world. And for those of you that actually love our Same Kind of Different as Me story, more than 5 million people have read our book. I just wrote the sequel to it of the 10 years where Denver and I, the homeless man, lived together after Debbie went to heaven. So, the movie ends when my late wife goes to heaven, and then the rest of the story then takes place when Denver moves in with me and lives with me the next 10 years. And we traveled around the world and helped raise more than $100 million for the homeless collectively all across America in more than 350, 400 cities. So
that is a moving story. What do you hope the movie and the book, which have taken on a life of their own, what do you hope they accomplish?
Oh, well, I want to change the face of homelessness. Most people want the homeless to become invisible. But, as long as we keep them invisible, most people feel better about themselves that they don't have to actually engage the homeless people. But, these people have a story to tell, like we told in Same Kind of Different as Me. And when you sit down and listen to them and you hear the stories, you realize that they just need someone to listen to them and to encourage them. And many, many lives can be changed just through an act of kindness, of asking them their name and listening to them, just their story, and then directing them to and getting them help at the local rescue missions, which are doing great work at transforming lives and rehabilitating people that are lost and hopeless, but then put them back into society as very productive, happy people again once that they've been through these programs. So that's what I want people to just to begin to be aware and become involved. And one of the great messages of our film is that it's not the color of our skin that divides us; it's the condition of our hearts. And if we get our hearts right, we can come together as a nation, and we can make a big difference in the way that we all treat each other, just by acts of kindness. So,
you're listening to my guest today, Ron Hall. He's talking about the movie Same Kind of Different as Me, and he has the book that made the movie, and he said he's got another book on the way. So you guys hold on; I'll make sure you know how to get one. Ron, let me ask you. How did you become a better person for doing this? Because you sound like a great person. How did you become a better person?
Well, thank you for saying that. Denver taught me so much. Denver taught me, first of all, he told me one day when I was sitting on the curb with him in the inner city of Fort Worth by the dumpster where he hung out and lived. But he taught me not to judge people. He told me to say, he said, what do you see down at the end of the street? And I said, I see the courthouse. He said, yes, sir. He said, that courthouse is full of judges. He said, God is not looking for any more judges. He needs servants. And he said, so if you're gonna hang out with me on the streets, he said, don't come here in a judge's robe. He said, you come here as a servant. So he taught me how to serve and not to judge, and that's one of the most important things that I ever learned in life. He told me, one day he asked me if I was a Christian, and I said, yes, I am. And he said, well, why is it that all you Christians worship one homeless man on Sunday, and then turn your back on the first one you see on Monday? He said, you never know whose eyes God is watching you out of, and it's not going to be your preacher or your Sunday school teacher. He said, it might be a fellow that looks like me. He said, it's not me, but it might be a fellow that looks like me. And I'll tell you what, that wisdom from this poor man of my wife's dream, the wisdom that he shared with me was so powerful and life-changing that, I just could not get enough of it. And so that's why I asked him to move in with me, because it was my late wife's final request to not give up on Denver. She said, God is going to bless your friendship in a way you can never imagine. So, we have a great story to tell, the same kind of different as me. We have a great movie that people enjoy. And so that's what I do. When you say I became a better person, I guess because I shared a story, a great God story of hope and redemption.
Well, we're so glad that you did write the book, because the book made the movie. You got great people playing in the movie, Greg Kinnear, Renee Zellweger, Djimon Honsou. You have done it. And I think God is going, well done, my good and faithful servant. When do you want us to get is the DVD available for my audience now?
The DVD is available. The Blu-ray for the fans of Same Kind of Different as Me. The Blu-ray edition is my personal favorite because it contains the scenes that were actually edited out. It extends some of the scenes, so you see really what we did as we were filming the movie. You get personal interviews with me and the director, and it just adds a lot of content and makes the story more personal to those who have followed and loved this story now for the last 12 years since the book first came out.
All right, then. And when are we going to get your second installment?
Well, the second installment of the book, called Working Our Way Home, came out last week. And it's available in all bookstores and online. So, Working Our Way Home. It's the 10 years that Denver and I lived together after Miss Debbie went to heaven. So, it was our mission to change the world. So,
Ron Hall, I think I'm going to call you my favorite guest of the week. You have made my Friday. You have made Friday worth getting to, because it's been a hard getting here. Thank you for being my guest on the Valder Beebe Show. And I hope you inspired my audience as much as you inspired me.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.